So we came home today and FedEx had left something on my doorstep, and it is Dinosaur Neil, if you actually know who that is. There you go. That's actually Dinosaur Neil right there. Like it says right there, Dinosaur Neil. But most of you know this is not Dinosaur Neil. This is the GIJoe Haslab Rattler. Inside the outer box is an inner box with the corner protectors. Here's our inner box. This is G1427 on it. When we open that, we can already see some cool artwork of our Rattler right there. So here is the exterior artwork for our Rattler. Cobra Airborne here on top. Oh, and those awesome patches we were all looking forward to. The artwork we saw on the side. We got some different artwork over here. Oh, do we have anything different on the back? We do, right there. Sorry, it's upside down. And on the bottom, you've got the specs right there. So let's open this thing and put it together. Inside, we have this Cobra type logo right here for the different boxes we can pull out. We'll pull out our top box. I think this is the figures right here. Looks thin enough. Oh no. Oh yeah, we got the figures. We got the patches, decals, figures, and all the armaments and everything. And Emmett looks on with wonder. So we'll look at that here in a minute. Second box here says Military Research Armaments Syndicate. Let me open this up. I feel like this might be the main body of the plane. We can see the upper canopy, blast stuff. And yes, we have the main body of the airplane right there. And then we have the final box. This is like the biggest box, I think. You'd think the fuselage would be the biggest. We got wings. I think that's the base. And more wing stuff. So let's pull all this out and put it together. Here we've got everything kind of unpacked here. You can see all the different pieces. I've kind of put together the stand there. The wings and all that. And then here's all the armaments here. We'll get these on. I like the design on some of these bombs and such. And the cluster bombs and lots of cool stuff. These are all little racks. And even more, some effects, more bombs, a ladder, and then the damaged side panel. Then our figures here. So here's Wild Weasel right here. I never had the Rattler as a kid, so this is a great set to get. This is our gunner. Can change his ethnicity if you want. And of course we have Baroness, Pilot Baroness here. So let's take a look at these figures first. Wild Weasel is number 184, and unlike most, he's kind of got a mural thing on the back. We'll put that together in a minute. Looking at Wild Weasel here, he has the damaged helmet and then the regular helmet and all of his accessories. Let's put that together. Looking at the figure, he's kind of got a scar going across his eye. Nice details on him. Looks good. Got a holster for his weapon. He's got slots to put the maps in there. Or if you don't want to put the maps, it actually comes with little fillers. I'm going to put the maps. I remember the original figure. Even though I didn't have it, I remember those maps on him. Cobra Airborne there. He's got the two different helmets and everything. So let's put him all together. Here's what he looks like with just the helmet on, no face mask. I do have the face mask ready to go. Adding those maps and that on there, I really like that. Apparently this is... I saw something, maybe it's just the original figure was Ohio, and it was a thing about trying to go after Kenner at the time. So let's put his face mask on. And that's what he looks like with the helmet on. Looks really good. Of course, this takes me back to that original vintage figure. Like I said, never had it, but I remember friends who had it. It was pretty cool. And this is what he looks like with the battle damaged helmet on. You can see that scarring kind of mimics along with the battle damage there. It's pretty cool looking there. Next, we'll look at the Rattler gunner here. Like I said, you can change him out for ethnicity. And you can see the back mural that goes with that. So you can see the gunner is using the same body here as the pilot. Even has little spots for the maps, which he has his own little fillers. We'll put those in. Comes with all these different weapons. His own helmet right here, face mask, breather, and of course the separate head. So here he is with the helmet on. He's going to have a double mask because we're going to put that and the breather on. It's back to COVID times, right? And there's what the fillers look like on the legs. And there's our gunner all put together. Let's move on to Baroness. Baroness comes with a lot of stuff. Here's the figure. She comes with two different hairstyles, glasses, her classic gun, all gold outline on it. There's something there. I'm not even sure what that is. Oh, I think that's a stock or something. And then her helmet right here, and mask and breather and headphones. So we can put her all together there. So here she is with her glasses on. The glasses fit on very well. When you take off the hair, you can fit those glasses in and they're going to stay tight in there. That little piece I thought was a stock goes on her chest piece. It is kind of the replacement for this when you're not using that. Holds her weapon really well. Both of her side arms go in. You know this figure is being prepared. You can see the gold on her heels. For a cartoon version of her. If you take off that secondary right there and remove some of the decals in that, you're going to have kind of a cartoon Baroness. Let's try out these different hairstyles, though. So here she is with the second hairstyle on here. Get the glasses underneath the hair. Maybe they're supposed to go over the hair. I don't know. They keep the glasses in better when you have... Look at those tiny little cobra earrings there. It makes it a little bit better, but her sideburns don't quite look right. And here she has the kind of bun updo there. That looks pretty good. It's a good look for her. Finally, you can just remove all the hair and put the helmet on. You put her face mask on and have it attached then to the chest piece there. And it just looks like a female pilot at this point. Doesn't need to be Baroness necessarily. Actually, she's got the headset that you can put over her hair. I don't see any other way to do it, at least on this headset. Before we put this together, let's look at these patches here that were, so exciting, weren't they? I mean, they're nice patches. I expected them to actually be a little bit bigger. My dad was in the Air Force, and I have some of his Air Force patches, and they were definitely bigger than that. It also comes with all these decals. I don't think I'm going to put any of these decals on. It's got a lot of stuff like already on, you can see. But I do like some of the ideas here that what you can do. And then if you look here, we've got like Cobra Commander on a horse and Baroness on a bomb. All sorts of kind of fun stuff. If you wanted to have fun with it, you could totally customize this and have tons of fun. But like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be putting any of this on because it has plenty on it. I don't feel like it needs it. Interestingly, these stickers, they're on some sort of like I want to almost say metallic, but it's a shiny black backing. I'm not sure if that's for what, but it's kind of nice. The batteries go here on the fuselage on the back of it, and we can check it out. We got lights coming right here. These lights in here. This is one of the coolest things. It's what I wish Star Wars Haslabs would have, is all these different lights. And then lights in here in the cockpit. I don't know if they change if I press the button multiple times. The button is right back here. Doesn't seem to be changing. Not that I can see. Just on and off, I guess. So let's put this thing together. So this thing is huge. Once you get those wings on and everything, I was like, wow. It's pretty incredible. So we got to get the cockpit and that going here. So now we've got the cockpits attached. Took me a little while to get this one to line up right to get it in. It's one of those where you find the notches and turn it. It just took a little bit, but next we've got landing. On the underside, you have this little button that says release, and that releases the landing. So they pop all out. You can see what that looks like sitting on its landing gear. It's pretty cool with Wild Weasel next to it. This thing is so big. It's pretty cool. So you can pull off this panel on this side and then put right on there. And I believe if you press one of these, we get a fire effect or something. Oh, the lights just changed red. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's pretty cool. It looks like it's actually on fire or something. I like that. That's pretty cool. And these lights went to red. And that turns it off. Went back to white and red. Oh, red. Okay, so the button does do a couple different things. That's pretty cool. I like that. And you can pull out this ladder. It just pops in there like that. You pull it down, so you have a ladder for the cockpit. And there's another ladder you have to go up on the wing. It comes with 10 of these things that you load on there to put all your armaments on. Then you have these guys to put these little bombs on. You can attach bombs on, and they can attach right on there. Interesting thing is these cluster bombs. It actually says cluster on there. Has little beads inside. It's kind of neat. And these bombs have some pretty interesting designs. Best regards there on them. These have the heat seeking on there, right there, 1984. These are electro-optical target seeking. Lastly, we have these guys. Looks like they fire several missiles or rockets or whatever. There we go. We are fully armed on our Rattler. So you can just turn the wings like the original Rattler right here to make it kind of a VTOL type of thing. So it goes straight up like that. You can also open the engine cowlings for lots of detail inside. It's pretty darn cool. And there's a button under here you can press. It says release on it. And you can pop the wings up like so. I don't know if I can do this one-handed. Pop them up like so, and you can have better shelf space or put on an aircraft carrier, whatever you want. It's kind of a nice little design so that maybe it doesn't take up as much shelf space with the wings all the way out. So then you need to take off these, well, I have these things here in the middle, so we can put it on the display stand, which I have the display stand right there, ready to go, and this for tilting. With this nice display stand, and you can tilt it. By using that piece and moving it around, you can make it, it doesn't just tilt on an axle or anything, you actually have to pick it up and move it, but you can angle it any which way. It's a pretty nice thing. And this display stand has a little drawer to put all your extra pieces in, plus any bombs that you don't have. So you can rotate the front cannon. It even has a little ratcheting sound. See the detail on there, a little purplish. I have a little bit on the back of the engine too. I don't know how well that's going to show up here, but you can see a little purple. Gives that kind of heat look on the engines there. But that blast effect there. We got some ones that go in the engine, off of the missile, and out the back if you want. I got my pilot and gunner in there. I can't quite get the harnesses to attach right. I played with it for a long time and they just didn't want to go. So they're in there. I got them in, at least that.